second. Can you see my screen? So how comfortable are you with Python?
Honestly speaking, so we not very much, but 50% we can say 100%. But practice is going on more and more.
Okay.
But my sister
So
is more perfect, so I can say that much.
No, 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 no. I'm not so perfect.
But we are doing the practice, so we'll make sure to not to miss anything.
okay, and in
Because
Python.
last week we haven't done
Okay. So
last
far,
last
what we have
topic.
learned is core Python, and we did not learn pandas or NumPy yet, right? Data
Yes.
for Python.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In Python, we'll actually start with Python. More than Python, data for Python is very important for us for data engineering. Okay.
Data.
Okay.
So I'll actually add the topics also here once I complete this document, and I'll actually share this with you to
Okay.
track the progress. And at the same time, I will also make sure that videos are also being updated, and our SAR is also back. People who will
Yes.
teach data for Python, and so. But as I said, right, he had an heart attack and he's recovering from it. Okay, but now he started evening sessions also. And as I said, right, he will be actually teaching. Once we understand data for Python, we'll also understand PySpark.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, PySpark is the engine behind the complete data engineering.
Okay.
Okay, so Python for data, and PySpark. So PySpark will take around 1 month for us to complete.
Okay.
Okay, parallelly also if you have time, right? Because you only have schedules on weekdays. Okay, I requested him to take classes in the evening around 8 o'clock, 8 to 9.
Okay.
Okay, so 7 to 8 also, if you wanted to take anything parallelly, can we do it or can we not do it? 7 to 8 is also okay.
No, sir.
7 to 8.
8 to 9, you are more comfortable.
Yes, sir. 8 to 9
Yes.
will confirm.
Okay. Or okay, let us do 8 to 9 sessions. What I will do is this week I'll set up a quick review on Python and data for Python.
Okay.
Okay, to see how comfortable we are with Python. Okay, quick call from. We'll actually start this plan from tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have a quick review of Python session this week.
Okay.
Okay, from next week we are starting data for Python, and then we'll start PySpark.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, once we complete PySpark, then we'll actually understand Azure Data Factory. Okay, so we also call it as ADF.
ADF.
Mhm.
Okay, Azure Data Factory is important concept. And then we'll also, once we complete ADF, we can also talk about Azure Databricks.
Database.
Azure Databricks. Okay, so there is also part of analytics, but more than Databricks, Databricks is important. And once your PySpark is completed, you can either do with Databricks or we can also learn ADF first.
ADF is
The
Azure
both can
Data
be done. Azure Data Factory.
Data Factory. Okay.
So we have the Data Factory, we have Data Lake and Databricks.
Database. Okay.
Okay. So because data lake is where the complete data stays, even if you have multiple sources, right? The complete data is stored inside the
Mm.
data lake. Okay. And then we'll actually talk about analytics once all of these are done. There are two types of analytics, synapse analytics and stream analytics. We can also talk about it. But that doesn't take long. But these are the main concepts that we have to cover. Azure Data Factory, okay, where we use for ingestion of data. Azure Databricks is primarily the data processing layer for us. Azure Data Lake is the storage of multiple databases.
Okay.
So these are the concepts that we have to, main concepts for us to get ready for any opportunities inside this, in jobs.
Okay.
Okay, and we also have another concept which is called analytics. analytics, that is something that it's like dashboards and this we call it synapse analytics and as well as so each one of them if you see right I'll actually add the topics also. Okay, Python, whatever topics that we're not very confident, we'll also revisit and I will have somebody help you. You're confident with Python.
Okay.
Then data for Python, where we learn about NumPy's, Panda, and all of that is part of data for Python.
Okay.
These are the
Okay.
important topics, number and
Yeah, these are
right?
important for any data operations. These are very important in future. Let's say you wanted to become a data analyst, also data analyst or a data analytics person. This will really help us prepare those dashboards and all of this. We can also do without any tools. Also, we can do that. That's why Panda and NumPy are important for us.
So one
Okay,
question,
these are
sir.
yeah, right.
So, like I remember, sir, the 1 week of classes they have given to me only myself was not with my sister. That was a sequel, sir,
Yes,
MySQL. So, and this is also included, sir, then?
yes. SQL, how because you're also able to understand SQL. You
Yes.
completed SQL, right? Yeah. Because any data operations, right? We can either use SQL or Python.
Okay.
Okay, especially in some case scenarios for me to get the data into data lake, I will use Python or I can also use SQL.
Okay.
Okay, SQL is nothing but a structured query language. For programming language, anything with data, we use Python.
And MySQL,
So,
sir?
MySQL is a database which is actually connects with SQL,
Okay.
but is part of SQL anyway.
Okay.
Okay, I'll actually add the topics and the timelines in this document, and I'll actually share with you, and we'll actually also can track how well we're actually completing these topics.
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
more
so
helpful, sir.
tomorrow because we're actually learning multiple things. It's very because this is one of the longest courses and toughest courses what
Exactly.
we have. Okay, it's not easy to get into
No,
this
no, we
journey
are we
unless
are
you have
not
the proper
even,
roadmap.
sir, we are not even in a rush also, so we also wanted to make sure to hands very much experiencers. So we're not
Yeah,
in
no,
rush
no, no.
because this is a big thing, whatever we are doing it. Because my sister, one more sister, which she is from SQL, sir. So she is
Okay,
working for
nice.
more than 10 years in that. So she suggested us both to go with this, so that could has help us. That is a more
Yeah,
important.
choice is a wonderful choice, but the only challenge here is timeline. And I think let's take it slow and try to understand and get strengthened because
That
this is
is more
something that will
important.
help you for the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That is more
this is
important, sir.
something which yeah. So it's not very tough, but if you actually do one by one by one, but if you speed up things and try to uh, not understand and go to the next step, right, you will have challenges. So that's why I'll actually give you somebody who can help you with Python and quickly discuss with you on your Python skills. And if you need any help, they'll actually answer your queries.
Yes,
From
please.
next week, I'll actually start data for Python and PySpark.
Yeah. So one question last, sir. The practice sessions are going to be included in this? Or how is that going to be?
Yeah, everything is on cloud. Okay.
Okay.
So the practice sessions included in the class. I'll if right now, right after the class, 8 to 9 will be the class, right? From
Yes.
9 to 9:15, if you have any queries or anything, I'll ask team to help you or do the practice itself.
Okay, fine. No, thank you very much for that, sir.
So as I said that we're finalizing from 8 to 9 itself.
Yes, yes, 8 to 9
This
years.
week, I will actually have a quick understanding about Python and they'll actually quick take some inputs from you, how comfortable you are with Python. From
Yes.
next week, we'll start with data. SQL also, did you get a chance to practice anything in SQL or not
But
yet?
nothing much, sir. They just explained it how to connect the server. That's it, sir. That's the reason I'm saying. I'll go through the
Okay.
recording, sir. We have a recording. But if you can
Okay.
give a practice in that, that would be more helpful. Because my sister has not gone through this or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Then
don't
what I
know
would do
about
is these two are important before we get into PySpark and all of these. Otherwise, we'll have challenges. I'll actually have review sessions and then see what are the different topics that you covered. If not, I'll actually have first to complete these two sessions and we'll go for PySpark.
Okay. Thank you very
Okay,
much for
because
that, sir.
PySpark will become very easy for you if you have these two fundamentals
like basic we need.
nicely. Okay, and I'll actually add all the topics here by tomorrow. What I'll do is tomorrow same time before they actually start the Python review session. Okay, they'll actually quickly go over what are the different topics that are required for the next steps for next week. They'll make sure they go over this tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and I'll actually create a document with all the individual topics, and we can also review how strong we are in these topics. Based on that, we'll plan the rest of the our journey. At the same time, what I will also do is just for you to get a glimpse of these topics, right? I will actually add previous class recordings as well to understand how much each topic may take. Okay,
Yes.
in your LSF itself, we will load the complete previous data engineering, sessions, so that if sometimes if you're not able to follow up, you can also look at recordings, or you can also prepare for next classes ahead of time, so that this is a long journey. Probably it will take around 3 4 months for us to complete all of these.
Yes, sir. That is a journey.
Okay, I'm pretty confident that if you work hard 3 months, I think after that we can do one project together, because I also have a lot of data related projects. Unless you understand, everything is connected for a real time project.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so learning sometimes, if the trainer misses a class or all of that, because to have the continuity, I'll ask them to put the recordings in place so that we will not lose any continuity. At the same time, you can also go back and review Python and SQL one more time this week.
Okay.
Tomorrow, actually, we'll load the videos, and actually, I'll review the complete. And then now that I understood, these are the different things that we need, and I'll actually add them in the columns like topic wise, so that
Yeah.
a single document you should be able to track your progress.
No, this roadmap is going to help us a lot, sir, the way you're preparing it.
Yeah, so I'll actually add an overview as well. Okay, so that,
Yes.
so this is where we'll actually complete it,
Okay, fine.
and then some of these, any other questions you have in this.
No, this is much, sir. Just keep in mind about the practice sessions, sir. That is important because in the live sessions, whatever you teach, is we try to practice after that only, right? So
Okay.
practice sessions would be more helpful to us, sir. Try to focus
Okay,
on that.
sure, sure. I
Thank.
will I will help you with practice sessions right after the session is completed, right?
Yes.
Probably I can plan somebody to help you with practice sessions.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Okay, this should be our roadmap. I'll send this to you tomorrow with adding the complete overview about your background and all of that too. Our
Yes.
roadmap along with that, topics also I will add here. It will be easy for you to track from there.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. Any previous recordings also you will have in your LMS, and I will actually have somebody, the Python person will interact with you starting from tomorrow.
Okay, fine. All
Okay.
right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye
All the
bye.
best.
Thank you.
Bye.